In this video I will make this splatter brush border. I will use the standard brushes in GIMP. In my printout tutorial I use the special brushes. In the printout there are links to parchment paper and special brushes. The gradient tip goes to PhotoAdvance for his tip on using the gradient brush. A link below to his YouTube tutorial which covers the gradient brush in more detail. Now I have my image in GIMP. I need to make a new layer. I click on this icon here, it creates a new layer and it defaults to transparency. That's what we need. Because I'm not using the parchment paper, I'm going to make my own. We go to patterns and we choose what I feel is a reasonable one. I click on that wood grain one there, and you can use the bucket fill tool to fill it with, or you can just drag it onto the screen and let it go. That will fill it with the parchment colour. Now it's a reasonable colouring, so we'll make a little bit more. We go to filters, blur and motion blur. In the motion blur dialog we move the length up to about 60, tick it up to one more, and the direction round about 20 or so, so it just takes it across a little, and we click OK. We'll let motion blur do its job. Now we go to layers or layer and we add a layer mask. It defaults to full white opacity, so we click add. Now we go to our brush dialog, we click on the brushes and we choose one of the GIMP brushes. I would feel that one there might be the one, or this one here, that one there might do me. Now I go to the brush tool. It needs to be black, which is selected, and I need to increase the size quite a bit to get the effect. It's an animated brush, you can see the spot there, but I won't be using the animation. Okay, now all we do now is reveal our painting underneath, or our image underneath. We just paint over the top of our image, clean up reasonably well around the around what you want highlighted. In this case it's just the sunset in the distance, a little bit of grass in the foreground. Now you can change the angle of your brush. You can move it up and move it over if it's a different type of brush, just to give you a little bit more feel on what's going on. And move it around thus. And clean up inside there a little bit. The capture is a little bit slow. Just clean it up inside there, because now we'll be going to the other brush part of the tutorial. Now we click on our background cover, which is the parchment paper, or type of parchment paper. We've still got our brush. We go to the gradient tool, click on it and choose a reasonable size gradient. So in this case it's got the pretty colours in the full saturation spectrum, so click on that one. I go to my paintbrush tool, and this is where PhotoAdvance gave us our little tip. We click on that icon, little icon there, and open this up and click on random colour. Now that will give me the colours of the blend, but if I click the dynamic brush it reveals everything down there. I need that because I'm going to swap it around. You can see you can swap it around by clicking that button there. So now I just paint over this with that brush. Give me a nice colouring effect. You just drag it around, make it a drag effect, and so on. You can blend, go onto your image if you like, little bits there, so that they spill into the image. Now you can change the gradient back another way, so you get the other colours in there as well. If you go to the website listed below, there is special brushes that you can choose for this type of format. I have a link to a brush website. Okay, that's reasonable. You can change the angle of your brush, or you can go back to the default setting and just add a few more if you choose. And just right click on the top layer and then flatten image. And that's the tutorial. So don't forget, you can go to the website of PhotoAdvance, which is shown in more down below this tutorial, and also there's a printout on the on this instructions as well, with a special link to the parchment paper and the brush.